Coverage of the 2014 Boxing Day Cemetery Circuit at Wanganui is brought to you by Suzuki, the choice of champions. It is the day after Christmas, Boxing Day here in New Zealand, 2014. We're here at Wanganui at the infamous cemetery circuit. Thousands upon thousands of people are here, hundreds of motorcycle enthusiasts, and the biggest entry call out they've had in years and years and years. The sun's beating down, the competition is going to be absolutely electric. Plenty of overseas riders up against the best New Zealand has to offer. Let's go and catch up with some of the favourites. The infamous cemetery circuit raced around the Heads Road Cemetery again was the third and final round of the International Suzuki Series. From Hampton Downs to Manfield, the final round here at Wanganui always throws up some special challenges.
Yeah, it's an amazing event to ride at. Winning here is fantastic.
She's hard work and I just can't keep the front wheel on the ground, so it's just trying to point and squirt, really.
Yeah, it's all about the drive off the turns and getting in fast, so but it's also really bumpy, really tight, so it's quite exhausting out there.
The ditches, all the little camber bits on the side of the gutters.
It's a lot of not bumps. How do you say when you go through the corner? It's like what? It's like that would be good for the Austrian ski jumpers. They go in and woo.
I guess it always feels bloody bumpy when you get to the track, and it's certainly not like a short circuit, is it?
Oh, just be smooth and watch out for those curves and hay bales.
Only changed to third gear briefly across the finish line, and then it's just second gear everywhere. It's a short track.
You know, you sneeze, whatever, you out the back window, you know, so you really got to be on your A game.
That's one thing on this track, you can't really afford to make too many mistakes.
Yeah, don't look like, otherwise you just disappear in a manhole,
A lot of people don't come here because of that, but you know, we're all racers. We all want to be at the top and get on that podium at the end of the day, so we got to come do it.
Things are heating up here at Wanganui, and I'm not just talking about the temperature. First of the Superbikes is moments away. Can Horst Sager out of Liechtenstein continue his winning ways? We'll find out. Red Devil Racing's Horst Sager, riding the bike Nick Cole took to victory last year at the cemetery circuit, was the points leader in the Superbike races coming into Wanganui. A dream run in round one was hampered by a lack of local knowledge at Manfield, and that would be the case here in Wanganui as well. The fly in the ointment could well be Tony Rees, although he missed practice and finally put a qualifying performance on the books, and that got him into pole position. So it is the 11 that leads him into turn one. No, I've spoken too soon. It's the 55 of Jaden Carrick out of Wanganui, the Toyota Wanganui GSXR 1000 that leads him through and into turn number two. Rees takes it back though as they head down Taupo Key for the first of 8 times. Suzuki on Honda, first time over the Suzuki crossing. It is Carrick, then it's Rees, and then it would be number 5, and that's Scott Moyer from Taupo on the John Penny Holmes Suzuki. So that's the first 4 of them. Horst Sager, who we ride with here, just sitting in behind Sloane Frost, in fact going up to pass Frost as they work their way into the Robert Holden turn for the first time. Also figuring in the early battle, number 6, and that is Hayden Fitzgerald out of Taranaki. You're on board once again with the Kawasaki pilot, 43-year-old Horst Sager, the points leader in the Superbikes, but means nothing at the moment because over the top of the overhead bridge and down past the stripe they come. Back on board here with Sager. Brilliant battle going on with Sloane Frost. Now you're on board here with Sloane Frost. That's Sager in front of him. Through turn 1 they go. The Bridgestone White Power Sports Corner. Now into 2 and out onto Taupo Key. We're back with the leaders. Tony Rees getting a little bit closer here to Jaden Carrick. Brilliant performance from young Carrick. First season on a Superbike. Used to going around here on a 600 machine, and before that on a Supermoto bike. Scott Moyer on board here, the man in 3rd place. Are the front 2 starting to disappear a wee bit? Under brakes, down through the gearbox into Robert Holden they go once again. Carrick leads it. Rees in 2nd. Then it is Moyer, then it would be Sager. Right in behind him would be Sloane Frost, and then there's another battle group. Included in that group would be Dennis Charlotte and also Hayden Fitzgerald. So the Superbikes turning it on, down the front straight they come, the DM Builders straight here at Wanganui. Second fastest part of the circuit as they come down through the gearbox, hard on the brakes, and head down into the Bridgestone corner. Into the Mars Pet Care corner now, and then it's the fastest part of the circuit at the top end of Taupo Key. Into the Suzuki crossing they go, and it's Suzuki's calling the shots here in the first of the Superbike race. Jaden Carrick leads it, Rees in 2nd. Tony Rees is a two-time winner of the Robert Holden Memorial. It was a long time ago, though, 13-odd years ago, but he's back to his best here on the number 11, the Honda Insurance's CBR 1000 RRR. Back on board here with Scott Moyer as they work their way down towards the Pirelli overbridge. Moyer sitting in third place, waiting for a small mistake from the two in front of him. Sager gets a little bit closer as well. Sager didn't qualify well. He didn't really adapt quickly enough to the bumps and traps here at Wanganui, and that's why he started off the second row. Been a great performance. You're riding here with the Austrian who now lives in Liechtenstein. This is Horst Sager. Carrick continues to lead it. Down over the railway line they come once again. Suzuki, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, the first four in the order. Then we go back to Sloan Frost on another Suzuki. And as I said before, Hayden Fitzgerald in the second group as well. But the four of them battling it out together. On board here with the race leader, and down the inside as they go through Robert Holden comes Tony Rees. Can he make the pass stick? Yes, he can. You're looking at the back of Rees' bike now. So Carrick back into second. Moyer gets a little bit closer to Carrick. They come up to the Pirelli overhead bridge once more and down onto the front straight, the DM Builders straight, and it's Rees in the front now. Oh, look at the head shake from Moyer. You're on board here with Moyer. He sits in third place. Down into turn one. Sager up the inside on the Kawasaki. Well, they said the Superbikes would be spectacular at the Suzuki Series, and that's exactly what we've got here. Back on board here with Scott Moyer. He's back into fourth place now. So the Kawasaki, the man from Austria originally, lives in Liechtenstein. Horst Sager up to third from a second row start. On board here with Tony Rees looking back towards second place, and the gaps are starting to grow. So Rees asserting his dominance. There is Carrick in second, then it's Sager, then it's Moyer. Moyer gets a little bit closer to Sager as they work their way up into the higher and straight. Sager not happy with the track surface here at Wanganui. Couldn't get his head around the fact that there's lots of bumps and white lines and manhole covers, but he's making a good fist of it. 1 lap to go. Rees, the veteran, 47 years of age, in the front on the Honda. Jaden Carrick, the debuter on the Superbike. Been around a long, long time, Supermotos and 600s, but this is his first full season on the Wanganui Toyota Superbike. The Suzuki sitting in second. Then it's Sager. Plenty of experience under the belt, World Superbikes, the World Endurance Series on the Bollinger Kawasaki team, and then behind him it's Taupo's Scott Moyer. Suzuki's were ruling the roost, but it's a Honda in the front now. Into Robert Holden for the last time goes Tony Rees. Robert Holden, a great friend of Tony Rees, gave him all sorts of racing opportunities when Holden was alive, and the two of them raced the Endurance Series. They're on board here with Rees. Look at the crowd lining the track here at Wanganui as they come up over the Pirelli Bridge. Checkered flag comes out, the victory wheelie from Tony Rees, and Sager tries to pick the pocket of Jaden Carrick, but I don't think he got there. No doubt about the race winner, though. That is the veteran from Wakatani, and that is Tony Rees. In second place it was Carrick, and in third it was the Kawasaki pilot, Horst Sager.
Hey, I just put my head down and I knew they'd be all right there, you know, so I knew, just keep on pushing. And last lap probably tried to cover a little bit too much, but good to get a win.
Defending champion Toby Summers on the R&R Power Sports Bike Talk Yamaha R6 came into the final round of the Suzuki Series with a 12-point buffer over fellow Aucklander Daniel Metum on the RCM Suzuki. But as the lights went out, it was a pair of Honda riders that would provide the drama in the F2 600 or Super Sport class here at Wanganui. Pole sitter Adam Chambers on the Wolfpack Racing Honda had his thunder stolen from him by Wainui Yamata's Shane Richardson, and it was the youngster from Wellington that led for a fair portion of the 8-lap race. Fourth in points heading into the final round of the Suzuki Series, Richardson, these days a bit of a street circuit specialist, had an outside chance of a podium finish with a good performance here at the Cemetery Circuit. As the Honda pair distanced the rest of the field, it was Chambers, based in Australia in our off-season, that pressurised the brave Richardson into a mistake. Pass at the crossing was all Chambers needed. Once he hit the front, it was a foregone conclusion, and he took the win from his Honda combatant. Auckland's Toby Summers picking up valuable points in third place, and he was followed by Daniel Metum in fourth. Well, the stage is set. This is race number 2 for the 600s, brought to you by Pirelli. Once again, look for the 64 of Adam Chambers, and watch 2 for the 28 from Wellington's Shane Richardson. And it's Richardson's going to lead them into turn number 1, and he just brushed the hay bales with his elbow. Daniel Medham's capitalised on that, and as they come out onto Taupo Key for the first of 8 time, it is the young Aucklander, number 34, on the RCM Suzuki that leads it. Richardson through in second, remember, finished second to Adam Chambers in race number 1. Toby Summers looks like he's got a better performance going. That's him in third place on the R&R Power Sports Bike Talk Yamaha, and then it's Chambers back in fourth. So the youngster out of Auckland, some say a Hampton Downs specialist, out in the front. You're on board here with a man in third place. This is Toby Summers, the defending Suzuki Series champion in the F2 class. Currently sitting in third place. I just wonder if he's just going to play it conservatively and just gather some points here. Can't play it too conservatively though, because here comes Adam Chambers on the Wolfpack Honda, putting some real pressure on Toby Summers. Medham continues to lead it. Richardson gets a little bit closer now. Through the Mars Pet Care turn and out on the Taupo Key they come once again. Suzuki's Daniel Medham in the front. You're on board here with Adam Chambers, trying to chase down Toby Summers as they go across the Suzuki crossing, across the railway line, the infamous railway line. Look how close they get to the curb as they head under the Emmets Bridge, the pedestrian walkway, and head up towards the Robert Holden corner. 34, Daniel Medham right in behind him now. He closes it up under braking. That's Shane Richardson. Oh, that was ambitious, trying to get around the outside of Medham as they head down now into the Toyota turn, and off goes to Richardson. Oh, wow. I said the earlier pass was ambitious. That was even more so. Looks like he just lost the front end. Number 11 there is Seth Devereaux. The racing continues. Medham continues to lead it. Summers now up in the second. He's under pressure from Adam Chambers. The good news is Shane Richardson climbs over the air fence. He's okay, but the red flags come out. The race is stopped. Have a look at it on the replay. You're riding here with Toby Summers. Away goes Richardson. Just washed the front end out. It was a bit ambitious. From the other angle, you'll see it. The air fence does its job superbly. No injuries to Shane Richardson and not much damage to the bike. Restart time, no Shane Richardson. Watch here for number 64. You're on board with him. That's Adam Chambers. But look at the bullet start that Daniel Medham gets. The young Aucklander making his 4th appearance here at the Wanganui Cemetery Circuit. On board here with Summers. Then we go back to the camera on Daniel Medham's bike. You've got to keep up with it, folks. We've got onboard cameras on half the field, it would seem. 777, Toby Summers in the front. Medham through in second place. Then it is Adam Chambers. You're on board here with Chambers. Under the Emmets Bridge go the top 2, and there's nothing in it. Well, they've battled long and hard in the Auckland Championships. They battled throughout the first 2 rounds as well. Toby Summers came in with a 14-point cushion in the 600s. So really, he's only got to finish. He's only got to collect points. But that's just not the way Toby Summers does things. That's why he's out in the front at the moment. Over the Pirelli Bridge they come once again, and down onto the front straight, the DM Builders front straight. Wheelie there from Summers. Adam Chambers, to me, seems to be the danger man. You're on board here with Medham sitting in second place now. Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda is the order, and we've got a Kawasaki lurking in the background by the look of it. So all the 4 Japanese brands are well and truly represented. The Kawasaki is Seth Devereaux back on board here with Chambers, and now back on board with Medham. Well, keep up, folks. It changes pretty quickly, and Adam Chambers has now got through in the second spot. On board here with Chambers, trying to run down Toby Summers now. Yamaha on Honda. Through Robert Holden they go. Absolutely nothing in it. Toby Summers, of course, finishing second in the 600 Supersport Championship and the New Zealand Superbike Road Racing Championships last season. Got a brand new Yamaha for this season. Adam Chambers had a terrible South Island swing, but they really came on strong in the final 2 rounds. And he's coming on strong here as well, because he slipped down the inside as they work down into the Whites turn. And we got a new race leader, and it is the 64, the Wolfpack Racing Honda of Adam Chambers, originally out of Hawke's Bay, lives in Perth, comes over regularly to compete in the summer motorcycle racing season here in New Zealand. 64, the Honda leads it. Summers goes back to second. Now, is he playing a conservative role here? He doesn't need to get in a race with Adam Chambers. He's got the series wrapped up if he just finishes where he is. You're on board here with Toby Summers. R&R Power Sports, Bike Talk, Yamaha R6. The fast disappearing dot ahead of him is Adam Chambers on the Wolfpack Racing Honda. Jamie Rajek and the team has obviously prepared a wonderful machine for Chambers, and he's taken full advantage of it here. Over the Pirelli Bridge they come once again, down onto the front straight. Chambers extending the lead now. Medham could be the danger man with 1 lap to go. Daniel Medham in third on the RCM Suzuki. Then it's number 11, Seth Devereaux, and in behind him it'd be Stephen Bridge by the look of it. There he is on his 600 machine, more accustomed to seeing him in post-classics. On board here with Metham, currently sitting in 3rd place. Chambers negotiates the railway crossing, so too does Summers. The bike gets a little bit squirrely under Daniel Metham, but he safely negotiates it as well. Up into the S's, past the head cemetery, they come into the Robert Holden corner. Down through the gearbox, you see the suspension working perfectly as you're on board here with Adam Chambers, the race leader. Heads into the Alpine Stars Crown Kiwi corner now, and then down past the old dog pound and up toward the Pirelli Bridge. Checkered flag coming up this time, and Adam Chambers is going to be happy. He's going to make it 2 for 2 here at Wanganui. Checkered flag flies, and the Honda wins again here on the streets of Wanganui. Toby Summers loses the battle but wins the war and gets the series win. But what about Adam Chambers? Summers through in 2nd, Daniel Metham is 3rd, Seth Devereaux is 4th, and Stephen Bridge makes up the 5.
Took me a few laps to wind him in, but yeah, went underneath him at the railway line. I think I got him in the end, so yeah, I think I gave him enough room.
Toby, I've talked to you about it before. It's not like you to hold back, but is that what you were doing in that last one to clinch the title?
Yeah, I wasn't very happy with the first race, but if I'd have put it in the bales in the second race and not won the series, I would have been more upset. So yeah, it was just ride a conservative race, get the points and get the championship.
What should have been a simple case of cash and collect for Wanganui's local Richie Dibbin on the Honda CRF 450 here at the Suzuki Series finale turned into anything but after a last lap tumble at round 2's final race at Manfield. Meant the points lead was that of Duncan Hart's. So away they go. Watch for the number 1, Richie Dibbin. This will all be about pride. He can't win the series. He is the defending champion in the Suzuki Series. That crash at Manfield put paid to any hopes of a title again. Aidan Brown through in 2nd place on the Suzuki. Watch too for Casey Bullock on the 427. But the man that maybe is the champion-elect, you see him there in 4th place, and that is Duncan Hart from Tauranga. And he jumps the curb. Wow, you don't do that on a road bike and survive, but you do it on a supermoto. Not the way you want to win a championship, Duncan Hart. Love to see that again as we focus in on Richie Dibbin. Plenty of European experience under the kidney belt for Dibbin. Spent the best part of the off-season up in the UK again this year. Aidan Brown through in 2nd. Looks like the veteran Mitch Rowe up into 4th place now. This is a replay of what happened in lap number 1. Watch for the 4th bike in the line. That is Duncan Hart. He's the champion-elect in the Supermotos, but it almost went horribly wrong when he jumped the curb at the Suzuki crossing. Aidan Brown putting up a pretty good showing. It is Casey Bullock on the KTM through in 3rd, and then it is Duncan Hart. So into turn 1 they go. Bullock looking for an inside run on Aidan Brown and gets it. So Bullock moves up into 2nd. Brown goes back into 3rd. Out onto the B&T straight they go. Taupo Key, Dibbins in complete control here. You get the feeling Duncan Hart just sitting back and forth. That's all he needs to do. Just pick up the points and take the title. The youngster from Tauranga. This will be his biggest win in Supermotos. Aidan Brown wants to argue about it though. And here comes Hart down the inside as they head down into Robert Holden, so he moves up into 3rd place. Nothing Brown can do about it, so the Suzuki drops the spot and then tries to get it right back. It was a little bit ambitious and he stays in 4th. Bullock through in 2nd, then it is Hart, then it is Brown. Then it would be the veteran Mitch Rowe. Out in the front though, Richie Dibbin, bike number 1, the tyre shield, Honda 450. This is the battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Into turn 1 they come once again. Bullock, if anything, starting to open up a little bit of daylight between himself and Duncan Hart. So the order at the moment is 1, the Honda of Richie Dibbin. Then it's the KTM of Bullock. Then it's the Yamaha of Hart. And then it would be the Suzuki of Brown. And already Richie Dibbin into the lap traffic here at the cemetery circuit. Tony Oliver just moving out of the way for the fast-flying Richie Dibbin. Is 2nd getting any closer? No, Bullock still comfortably in 2nd. Hart through in 3rd. Aidan Brown coming back into the challenging spot. Round the outside of another lapper goes Richie Dibbin. Checkered flag comes out and he wins the first of the Supermoto races, does Richie Dibbin. So the Harvey World Travel Supermoto race falls to Richie Dibbin. In 2nd place it is Casey Bullock out of Rotorua, and then it's Tauranga's Duncan Hart. 4th is Wanganui man Aidan Brown, and then another Wanganuiite in Ben Dowman. Richie, it looked like you just got out in the front and just brained them in that last one.
Yeah, no, I just tried to just push on really because of the point situation, and yeah, just give it everything really. So.
Welcome back to a sun-drenched Wanganui for the 2014 Cemetery Circuit races here. Third and final round of the Suzuki Series and the always popular sidecars. Watching from Tracy Cam with Aaron Lovell. This is their nemesis, and that is bike number 29, and that is Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr. Watch two for number 1 on the inside. This is Spike Taylor and Astrid Hartnell. They're the national champions. They're going to concede first and second place as they work their way through the Bridgestone turn and down the Wanganui.com straight for the first time, and it is Aaron Lovell and Tracy Bryan. Well, we first saw this combination in the Barry Sheen Classic and Labour weekend, and it's proved to be very, very successful. Over the Suzuki Crossing, they come for the first time. In second place, it is Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr, recently transplanted to Auckland on the Windle, but it's the LCR out in the front. Windle probably giving away probably 8 or 9 years to the LCR of Lovell and Bryan. Tracy, no stranger to sidecars as we go on board here with the rig in second place, and that is Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr. These two had a fairly fiery coming together at last year's Cemetery Circuit. We take Tracy Cam here from the race leaders. Just look at the way she gets a gymnastic workout here. She tries to get the handling just absolutely perfect for Aaron Lovell. Lovell out of Hamilton, Tracy out of the Bay of Plenty. Auckland pairing in second place, back in third. The last time we looked anyway, it was the national champion, and it still is Spike Taylor and Astrid Hartnell on the Stealth Electric Bike sponsored rig in third. But this is where the racing is as they head towards the Emmets Pedestrian Bridge. On board once again, taking Tracy Cam with Aaron Lovell and Tracy Bryan. Unsworth and Dorr get a little bit closer as they work their way through the McDonald equipment. Robert Holden corner now. You're on board here with Unsworth and Dorr. Their nemesis just ahead of them, just getting a little bit sideways as they came out of the Crown Kiwi corner. Now heading over the Hookers Transport curves. Back on board with the race leader, looking back at second place as they head over the Pirelli Bridge. Tracy Bryan doing her best for her pilot, Aaron Lovell. Gaps start to close up as they head down into the Bridgestone Whites Power Sports corner. Down the Wanganui.com straight they come, and out onto Taupo Key they'll go. These two have put a little bit of distance between the combination in third place. Might just get a glimpse of them in the back of the shot. You don't. So the gaps have grown. Lovell and Bryan continue to lead. Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr. There is third place. That's Spike Taylor and Astrid Hartnell. And then it's the Lawrence brothers from Auckland, the FMM Helmets Yamaha powered rig. This time, the 29 getting a whole lot closer and dives down the inside as they head up over the Pirelli Bridge and takes the spot. So we got a new race leader. All in the lap traffic trying to get out of the way just as best as possible. You're on board here with Aaron Lovell and Tracy Bryan. Now back in the second place through the Bridgestone turn. Very, very sideways was Unsworth and Dorr, but not as sideways as Lovell and Bryan. And they've spun the rig. They've spun the LCR. No reverse. Remember, it's a motorcycle engine. So Tracy Bryan puts in the big ones. And the bike stalled. So this is costing precious time for Aaron Lovell and Tracy Bryan. Away they go. Have they lost second place? I don't think they have. That's the advantage they had. Oh, and a fire extinguisher comes off one of the rigs there. Might have been the 38 of Kai Makehouse and Ella Kingston. Back on board with the race leaders now, running down toward the checkered flag through the Hooker Transport curves up and over the Pirelli Bridge they'll come. And Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr are going to get a win here at Wanganui. A bit unexpected, you'd have to say. And they're happy. It'll be Aaron Lovell and Tracy Bryan will go across the line in second place. And then it should be the national champions. We'll have a look what the judges say. Yeah, they score it the same. No, the Lawrence brothers get up for third in front of the national champions, Taylor and Hartnell, and then it's Macefield and Prentice.
I just saw the opportunity at the overhead bridge and thought, well, that's as good a spot as any.
And that's where it all broke out last year too, wasn't it, on the overhead bridge?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a good opportunity to outbrake someone there, Phil, because it is quite a slow corner, so you can carry a lot of speed into it, because unless you're going to go around the outside, it will never happen. So yeah, that's probably one of the better places here at Wanganui to do that.
Always a popular class at the Cemetery Circuit are the Ignition Motor Group sponsored classic sidecars. And just as it is a Wanganui tradition of the big crowds sweltering in the heat and cheering on the locals, so it is that John Blamires and Charlie Bilby win in classic cheers. And the Moto Guzzi didn't disappoint. Opposition came again in the form of another local pairing, Rob Hood and Mark Thompson, on their Norton Commando-powered rig. And behind them, another Norton rig from Wanganui, the Rees Engineering pair of Jason Rees and Bryce Rhodes. Hard to imagine, but in their heyday, these bikes were at the cutting edge of technology, and brands such as Norton, BSA, Triumph, yes, and even Moto were household names. Lap after lap, the Moto rig soaked up the pressure from the Norton, but by the midpoint of the race, Blaymeyers and Bilby were starting to ease away from Hood and Thompson. Number 192, Rees and Rose, still in third, and now in fourth spot, Carterton's Mark Smith and Sid Sutherland on the Triumph, number 55. The gymnastic antics of swinger Charlie Bilby had paid off, and on the last lap he and Blaymeyers had time to showboat for the crowd and all their loyal fans on the way to yet another victory. The giant-killing Moto Guzzi proving yet again at Wanganui, theirs was the rig to beat. Sun is beating down, just about set for the Superbikes. The veteran Tony Rees won race number 1 going away. Can he do it in race number 2? Keep watching. Second event for the Superbikes, brought to you by Suzuki. Once again, look for number 11, Tony Rees. Stunned the big crowd here with a win in race number 1, but once again, it's Carrick towards the front. You're back on board here with Sloane Frost. His nemesis, Horse Sager, moves up into 4th place as they work their way into the Mars Pet Care turn. As close as you want to race here at Wanganui as they head down the B&T Fuchs straight. It is Rees in the front, Carrick through in 2nd place. Then it would be Moyer, and then it would be Hayden Fitzgerald. Hayden Fitzgerald's racing 3 classes today. He's racing the Classic Norton, he's racing the Superlights or the F3s, and he's racing in the Superbikes. And he's doing a pretty good job of it. You look out the back of the Honda Insurance CBR RRR of Tony Rees. Now we look to Jaden Carrick. Just up ahead of him, it is Scott Moyer. So Moyer out of Taupo, Rees out of Wakatani, assert themselves at the front of the field. Horse Sager just dropping off the pace a little bit. He was up as high as 4th place. He's back in 6th now, just in behind Sloane Frost. Through turn 1 they go once again. You're on board here with Carrick, looking for an inside run as they work their way into the Mars Pet Care turn on Hayden Fitzgerald. Don't think he can get it done. No, he doesn't. Fitzgerald, yes, he does. He passes Fitzgerald as they work their way up to Taupo Key. Back on board here with Rees. Now Moyer gets a little bit closer. As close as you want to get over the Suzuki crossing. You're heading into Robert Holden once again, the McDonald Equipment corner. Scott Moyer really starting to chase down Tony Rees. Now Horse Sager came into this event with a 10-point advantage in the Superbike class after a great performance at Hampton Downs. Scott Moyer was sitting in 2nd place. And in 3rd, it was Sloane Frost. Now, Sloane Frost and Horse Sager have had their own little battles. We're watching the battle at the front of the field from 3rd place. This is Jaden Carrick on the Suzuki, just up ahead of him. Oh, and going down the inside of Carrick was Fitzgerald. Now, can he make the pass stick this time? And he has. So down the Wanganui.com straight, Hayden Fitzgerald moves up a spot. So he moves into 3rd place. Now, at the same time that was happening, this was happening on the front straight. You're on board here with Sloane Frost. Passing for 5th place is Horse Sager on the Kawasaki. Frost goes back into 6th. So races within races here at Wanganui. Back to the front runnings. Number 11, Tony Rees, the veteran. He won race number 1. He's leading race number 2. He's won the Robert Holden Memorial 3 times. Can he do it again a little bit later on today at Wanganui? His form would say yes. Sloane Frost and Scott Moyer and all the challengers would say no. And Moyer's the closest as they come over the Pirelli Bridge. You're on board, and the man in 2nd place is Scott Moyer, and that is the John Penny Holmes Suzuki. Dives down the inside, has a quick long look, thinks better of it, and that brings Hayden Fitzgerald closer as well. So they head down the Wanganui.com straight and into the Mars Pet Care corner, out onto the B&T straight, the Taupo Key. 3 of them together. You're on board here with Tony Rees. The camera fortuitously mounted on the back of the bike, and that's where the action is, because Rees is in the front. You're watching here from Scott Moir. He dives up the inside as they go under the Emmets pedestrian bridge. He's got the front running, and Rees looks to take it back as they come into Robert Holden. Rees down the inside. Moir shuts the door. The John Penny Suzuki rider stays in the front. Up into the Crown Kiwi corner they go now, and their Linus Stern and Hayden Fitzgerald's in this as well, and so too is Jaden Carrick. You saw Carrick have a sneaky look over his shoulder to see where the opposition was. Well, we can tell them they're there, but they're a long way back. Here comes Tony Rees down the inside into one lap to go. Is it going to be the day for Scott Moir out of Taupo? The John Penny Holmes Suzuki in the front. You ride with him here. Mars Pet Care, the next corner they tackle. Down into the on-camber turn and out along Taupo Key they go. Suzuki Crossings next up. Rees is a little bit closer. Not quite close enough to challenge though. Under the Emmets pedestrian bridge they come now. Look at the head shake on the John Penny Holmes Suzuki of Scott Moir, but he's in the front. He's been there before, but he hasn't managed to seal the deal. Is he going to win here in Superbikes at Wanganui? Rees trying to do something about it. There's lap traffic in the way as well. You got all the drama in the world here at Wanganui. The 17 gets out of the way. Rees gets a little bit closer as they go through the Hooker Transport curves and up over the Pirelli Bridge. It's going to be a straight-out drag race to the finish. In the middle of your shot, number 5, Scott Moir. Outside of him, Tony Rees. I think Rees might have got there. Unbelievable finish in the Superbikes here at Wanganui. Tony Rees thinks he's got it. Scott Moir's not sure. Hayden Fitzgerald had the best seat in the house. Have a look at it on the replay. You're watching the 11. Watch the tyre print of Scott Moir. He gets it by about 1/100th of a second. Brilliant stuff in the Superbikes, and the Robert Holden still to come. Scott Moir gets the win from Rees, Fitzgerald, Carrick and Sager. In a field of 15 international riders taking part in this year's Suzuki Series, there was little doubt who was the crowd favourite at Wanganui this year. Guy, your third visit now to the cemetery circuit, you're becoming a bit of a local.
I don't know about that. No, I bloody loved it, mate. It's been great. Yeah, still didn't manage to win on the big five. I won on my classic, so it's all right. But no, I've right enjoyed it, mate.
The tousle-haired, sideburn-wearing Englishman was making his third trip to New Zealand and again riding 2 classes, the Classic Solos on the Norton and the Suzuki Superbikes on his GSXR 1000. Wins and a pair of track records on the Norton made Guy happy. The weather, well, that was a different story.
As lovely as it is, I am not designed for it. It's great for a few days, mate, but I could not do this full time. But then this is good for you though, isn't it? I just thought, like, we was here last year and we was here this year, and both times the weather's been mega. And I just thought, well, that's obviously what it's like all the time, but the locals say not. No. So I must bring the good weather with me then. It's down to me, mate.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the TT. You going back?
Yeah. I was all for retiring. Because I've just, everything's just getting too busy. Everything's getting too busy. But the team I'm riding for, I've been riding for them for 4 years now. Brilliant team. And they're changing from Suzuki to BMW. And I thought, right, if I'd have retired, I'd just be thinking, what if had I got to go on that BMW? So I just thought, right, best thing to do is I'm going to ride next season. I'm going to ride next season on the BMW, and then that's it, retire. Well, not say retire. I'm going to retire from doing the norm, which for me the norm is like Alaman, Northwest, Ulster, and a few other road races dotted around. I'm going to go try and do some different stuff. Like this being one of those. I went and raced in America this year, and that sort of brought it home. That's what I want to do. I want to do some racing, but different sort of racing.
Whatever Guy Martin chooses to do next season, thousands of his Kiwi fans would love to see the English superstar back at Wanganui. The big one is just moments away, the Robert Holden. Quite fitting that we're here by the Bell helmet stand because you need a level head to race the best of the best. Robert Holden is next here at Wanganui. Well, this is it. This is the one the huge crowd here at Wanganui have been waiting for. This is the Robert Holden feature race, the Robert Holden Memorial, run over 12 laps. Each lap you lead is $100, cold hard cash, and into the first turn it is Tony Rees. You're riding with him here. Jaden Carrick's got another blistering start to move up into second place, and then we go back to Scott Moir, Hayden Fitzgerald in there as well, and a great start too from Daniel Metten by the look of it on the 600. Remember, this one decided on lap times, not on qualifying times. That's why you saw Horst Sager on the front row, because he has had great lap times, just hasn't had a good qualifying performance and has always had to start in row number 2. That's handicapped his progress here at Wanganui. No handicap for this man though, 47 years of age now, Tony Rees in the front, Carrick through in second place. Got his start here in Wanganui in Super Motard, then moved on to the 600s. Now here he is having his first full season on the Superbike, the 1000cc monsters, the 180 horsepower monsters, and it nearly spits Carrick off as they come down to complete one lap. You're on board here with horse Sager. How many times have we seen Sager and Sloane Frost get together? And that's exactly what they're doing here again. Down the Wanganui.com straight once again, they're fighting it out for around about 5th or 6th place. Sloane takes it back as they head out along Taupo Key. Big wheelie from the Kawasaki means that the power's getting to the ground, and Sager goes back into the front in that little battle. At the front of the field, Rees continues to lead it. What an amazing day Tony Rees is having. Got off to a terrible start. He missed practice. They had a flat battery on the Honda. Only got in one qualifying lap. It was good enough to sit the Honda Insurance's Honda on pole position. The rest, as they say, has been history. 11, Rees in the front, Carrick through in second. Where is Scott Moyer? That's him in third place. You're on board here with Moyer as they work their way down the DM Builders Straight, the front straight here at Wanganui. The big crowd starting to get a bit excited, and why wouldn't they? Tony Rees turns them into turn 1 once again. Remember, it's $100, cold hard cash for every lap led. So Rees has got a pocket full. Oh, big moment there for Jaden Carrick. Is that going to cost him a spot? No. Both Scott Moyer and Hayden Fitzgerald not close enough, so somehow Jaden Carrick survived that. The foot came off the peg. It was nearly the big high side, but he got it back under control. The Toyota Wanganui Suzuki of Jaden Carrick sitting in second place. You're back on board here with Tony Rees. Looking out the back of the Honda Insurance's Rees Motorcycles Honda CBR 1000 RRR, the Suzuki of Jaden Carrick sits in second place. And then it's another couple of Suzukis in Scott Moyer and Hayden Fitzgerald. Hayden Fitzgerald's going to be a tired boy by the end of this because, as I told you before, he's been riding 3 classes. This man is only riding 1 class. He said he wanted to have a fantastic performance in the Robert Holden Memorial. He's wrapped up the Suzuki Tri-Series. He's done that by just having good finishes. But here, he'd really like to strut his stuff, but he's just a hair off the pace. We're talking about Horst Sager, the Liechtenstein Austrian, here in New Zealand for the first time at 43 years of age. On board here with Scott Moyer, sitting in third. Fitzgerald gets a little bit closer, and the man we were talking about just closes up the distance, under braking as well. Rees looks remarkably comfortable at the moment. Carrick is just far enough back, probably not to worry him too much. In fact, Jaden Carrick could be falling back into the clutches of this man. Over the Pirelli Bridge they come. You're on board here with Scott Moyer. That's Carrick in front of him. And Rees at the head of the field. Into the Bridgestone. White's Power Sports turn they go. Fitzgerald up the inside of Moyer to go through into third place. Makes the pass stick. Nothing Moyer can do about it. Now Moyer falls back. So maybe a misgear. Maybe a miscalculation. That's all it takes around this 1 mile in the old language course that is the Cemetery Circuit at Wanganui. Been racing here for over 60 years. Haven't seen racing like this for a long, long time though. Tony Rees, number 11, is your race leader, the veteran in the field. Carrick is second, then it's Fitzgerald, then it's Moyer, then it's Sager, then it's Frost. And then we go back to 36, and that's Ray Clee out of Kumeu, and behind him, the National Superbike champion, and that is Dennis Charlotte. On board here with Charlotte. This is the battle further down through the field. Remember, at the top of the field, it's Tony Rees out of Wakatani in the front. Dennis Charlotte trying to hang on to Ray Clee. So 2 veterans battling it out down the DML Builders Straight. Into turn 1 they go, back to the front of the field, and it's closed up yet again. Hayden Fitzgerald just dropping off the pace just a little bit, so the gap's starting to appear, but Carrick right back with Tony Rees as they head over the Suzuki crossing. You're on board here with Rees, looking out the back of the Honda. That's Carrick behind him. Past Suzuki they go. A hallmark, a landmark, if you like, here in Wanganui. Suzuki bringing lots of work and lots of reputation to the River City, and Carrick gets a whole lot closer to Rees that time. Who made the mistake? Was it Carrick or was it Rees? Out of Robert Holden they got as close as possible, but then Rees asserts his dominance once again, seesawing the gaps between second and third at the moment. Scott Moyer back and forth as he lost the handle. 11, Rees leads it. Fitzgerald looking down the inside of Carrick. Carrick senses it coming and shuts the door. Down the Wanganui.com straight they come. Honda, Suzuki, 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 Suzuki. And there's a Kawasaki in there as well in the form of Horst Sager. on the Red Devil Racing Kawasaki New Zealand ZX10 on the bike that Nick Cole decimated the field here last year. Cole, of course, hanging up the racing boots. He's retired. But I'm sure he'd be an interested spectator here as Carrick once again puts the pressure on Tony Rees. Back on board here with Rees, heading into the Crown Kiwi corner. Round they go, another 90-degree turn into the Hooker Transport curves now, heading for the Pirelli Bridge. The laps are ticking down here, and Tony Rees' wallet is getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And now Jaden Carrick says, hey, I wouldn't mind a bit of that cash. Fitzgerald decides the same thing. 1 lap to go, and the Robert Holden Memorial is Tony Rees, Robert Holden's good friend when they were racing teammates, going to win again here at Wanganui. It's been a long time between drinks, 13 years by my calculation, since the King of Pyra won on the streets of Wanganui, but he looks like he's going to do it here. Carrick through in second, Fitzgerald just losing a bit of contact in third, but you can understand that he's probably a very tired boy, having raced around about 9 races under the blazing sunshine here at Wanganui. Rees has only got a few corners to go. You're back on board with Tony Rees out of Wakatani. Been around for a long, long time. King of the streets in Pyra. About to win the Robert Holden Memorial. 13 years since he's had his name on the trophy. He's going to do it again. Rees gets the win. Carrick is second. Fitzgerald is third. Then it's Moyer and Sager. What can you say about Tony Rees? Had an early retirement from road racing, decided to come back with a bit of pressure from Yamaha, then gets on the Honda and wins the Robert Holden Memorial. Tony Rees gets the win from Carrick on the Suzuki, Fitzgerald on the Suzuki, Moyer on the Suzuki, and the Kawasaki of Horst Sager. Tony, I guess when you woke up this morning, I know you had the desire to win it, but you probably thought it was a bit of an impossible task.
Oh, you know, we've had a really good bike. You know, the first round of the series had a really good bike. It's been the fastest Honda I've ridden, you know, and you know, I feel like we had a little bit of a chance. You know, I always come here to have a go.
Quite fitting that for a lot of people, you're known as a street racer, the King of Pyra, 5-time winner of the Robert Holden, the F1 feature here at Wanganui. The circle's complete.
Oh, yeah, you know, like this to me is fantastic. It's been quite a long time since I've won, you know, anything big, you know. Like, I won Pyra last year, that was great, you know, but there's some real legends here, you know, and some real fast riders here, and you know, if I sneezed today, I got beaten, you know, like I was riding relatively hard in that last race, and I knew they were right there, but it's only so hard you push on a street circuit, you know. And so I was willing to have a go if somebody come by, and I nearly got Scotty in the second race, but you know, it's been close all day. You know, I think the racing's been pretty damn close.
Congratulations, well done, great riding today.
Thank you, Phil. I had a fantastic day.
Thanks. Well, folks, that wraps it up. Our coverage of the 2014 Cemetery Circuit here at Wanganui. After 13 years, Tony Rees has got his name on the Robert Holden Trophy once again. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. Look forward to bringing you more motorcycle action as the year continues. Overall results now from the Suzuki Series C's. Horst Sager out of Liechtenstein take the Superbike title. Toby Summers gets the 600s. Lee Tidman takes Formula 3. And Duncan Hart out of Tauranga gets the Supermoto title. Lovell and Bryan to get the sidecars. And in the Bears, it was John Oliver on the BMW.